I can't go on. It's too much. I'm coming! Hold on! Brother, what happened? Are you hurt? So tired. Help me. I've got you. You're safe now.
1. That summer, I reached Asan's quiet village thinking it would be boring, until one lonely house beyond the fields caught my eye every night. 2. We sat on the roof talking casually. Then I noticed a glowing upstairs window far away, and Asan suddenly went silent like he'd seen death. 3. I laughed it off, fearless as always. But deep down, that strange glowing house had already planted something dangerous in me. 4. Through dark trees, I kept staring at that distant light, like the house wasn't just there, but somehow watching me too. 5.
You must not go there.
Hassan's voice dropped low.
The shadows hide something.
Don't go there.
Please listen to me. Stay away.
For the first time, his fear sounded
This danger
real
is
enough to
real.
make the night
I have
colder.
seen it.
6. That upstairs light flickered again. Steady, unnatural, like someone inside knew I was looking straight at them. 7. The whole village slept peacefully, but that house stood awake in the darkness, like it belonged to something that never slept. 8. Every flicker from that window felt wrong. Not random, almost like a signal calling someone closer. Surrounded by dead silence, broken land, and shadows, that abandoned place somehow felt more alive than the village itself. 10. Long after everyone slept, I couldn't forget that light, so curiosity slowly became the worst decision of my life. 11. Around midnight, I left quietly, walking alone toward that house, while the night around me grew too silent to feel normal. 12. Every step on that dirt path sounded louder than it should, like the darkness wanted to hear exactly where I was. 13. Even the trees felt strange, barely moving, yet somehow twisting above me like they were warning me to turn back. 14. The closer I got, the bigger that house felt, like it was rising from the dark just for me. 15. Then I saw it. The front door slightly open, as if someone or something was already expecting me. 16. My hand touched the door gently, and the old wood creaked open like the house had just taken a breath. 17. Inside, it was dark, cold, and so quiet that even my breathing felt like a mistake. 18. The furniture looked old, but perfectly placed. That's when I realized this house didn't feel abandoned at all. 19. Dust floated slowly in my flashlight beam, but not enough dust for a place untouched for years. I stood there listening, and the silence felt wrong, like something upstairs was listening too. 21. Room by room, I looked around, and everything felt frozen. Not dead, just waiting. 22. Then from the corner of my eye, something moved, just for a second, but enough to stop my heart. 23. I kept scanning the dark, telling myself it was nothing, while fear quietly replaced my confidence. 24. One loud floor creak beneath me shattered the silence, and suddenly I wasn't alone anymore. 25. Ahead of me stood an old staircase, leading upward, where the faint light still glowed. I started climbing slowly, each creak louder than the last, like warning sounds I ignored. 27. Every wooden step groaned beneath me, but I kept going, because turning back somehow felt worse. 8. At the top, there it was. A long hallway, one glowing room, and silence so deep it felt alive. 29. That single light at the end looked small, but something about it felt terrifyingly wrong. 30. I walked that hallway slowly, and with every step it somehow felt longer. 31. The closed door stood there waiting, like the answer to something I shouldn't ask. 32. My hand shook slightly, but I grabbed the handle anyway, because fear had become curiosity. 33. The door opened slowly, and inside was only a chair, a mirror, and one dim light bulb. 34. At first I almost laughed, because the room looked empty, and I thought the village stories were nonsense. 35. But that lonely chair in the center felt placed there for a reason I couldn't understand. 36. Then I noticed the mirror, old, dusty, and somehow more unsettling than anything else. 37. The bulb above flickered softly, making shadows move where nothing should have been moving. I stepped closer to the mirror, staring at myself, trying to prove I was still being stupid. 39. Then my heart stopped, because in the reflection, someone stood behind me. 40. I moved.
In the mirror,
But something
a
felt
glitch
wrong.
appears.
My reflection seemed
moves, but
delayed.
late.
41. I spun around instantly, and there was nothing there. 42. But in the mirror, that figure was still standing behind me. 43. This time, it moved closer. 44. My chest tightened, because whatever it wasn't human. 45. I could hear my own breathing now. Sharp, fast, terrified. The closer it came, the clearer it became. 47. It looked like me, but wrong. Dead, twisted, wing. Its eyes were completely black. 49. And that smile wasn't mine. 50. Then everything broke. Fear took over, and I ran. I bolted from that room without thinking, crashing into walls, gasping for air, while something behind me laughed softly in the dark. I ran through the hallway fast, but the footsteps behind me never rushed. They just followed, calmly, like they knew. I threw myself down the stairs, desperate, shaking, certain the exit had to be below me, reach. But when I stopped,
What the? This
I
is
wasn't
impossible.
downstairs. I was back
No,
upstairs,
I'm back again.
standing in that same hallway
This
again.
can't be real. What?
My mind froze. I hadn't fallen. I hadn't blacked out. Yet somehow the house had changed everything. I ran again. Harder this time. But every turn led me back to that same endless corridor. The walls looked wrong now. Stretched, twisted, like the house itself was bending around me. I found the front door, reached for it, and watched it disappear right in front of my eyes. I looked through the windows for help, but outside wasn't the village anymore, just endless blackness. Then I heard it, a whisper so close it felt inside my head. Don't leave.
I can't.
61. I turned slowly, and there it was again. Closer now, moving like me but not human. For the first time, it didn't stay in the mirror. It stood there, inside the hallway. I ran blindly, heart pounding so hard it hurt. But fear was slowing me down. My vision blurred. Every breath burned, and that thing never stopped smiling. I was breaking, physically, mentally, like the house was peeling me apart piece by piece. Then I passed another mirror and made the mistake of looking. I saw myself running, but my reflection had stopped, standing still, watching me. Its face looked dead, pale, like I was staring at my own corpse. Those black eyes locked onto mine, and I felt something inside me drop, burning. Then it smiled wider, like it finally understood I was trapped. Suddenly, my phone vibrated in my pocket, so loud it nearly stopped my heart.
Hello?
With shaking
Cousin?
hands, I
can barely
answered,
hear you. Listen,
barely able to breathe. Hassan,
How? Please say
I
so. Help me.
screamed. I'm
I
inside.
can't take sir.
74. His voice cracked through static. Terrified.
Who's
Get
there?
out now. That house doesn't let people leave. 75. I shut my eyes, stopped thinking, and just ran as hard as I could. Sick. I crashed through
What
darkness,
is this?
walls, stairs. Everything became noise.
Keep moving.
Until suddenly, 77. Silence, complete silence. 88. I opened my eyes and collapsed outside in the dirt beneath the night sky. I lay there choking for breath, shaking so badly I could barely move. When I looked back, the house was dark, no light, no sign anyone had ever been there. Then Hassan
Can't
reached
go on.
me,
It's too much.
panicked,
I'm
like
coming.
he thought
Hold
I'd
on.
never come back,
Brother.
too. He kept saying, I warned you, but I could barely hear him, because one thought hit me harder than anything. I recorded everything. My hands trembled as I opened the video,
This is impossible.
desperate to prove
I'm
what
right
I
here.
saw was real. But the footage showed only me,
What the?
alone
That's
in that
impossible.
room,
That's me.
staring
Identical.
at nothing. No figure, no monster, just me. And then a whisper from the phone. But you didn't come out. 88. My blood went cold, because I knew. I heard that voice inside the house. Even now,
Perfect mirror,
sometimes I
same
look
hair,
in
same
mirrors,
clothes, but
and
its
my
eyes
reflection
follow.
smiles a
Smile,
second
delayed
too
and
late.
calm.
Oh, so if you ever see a house with lights on, where no one lives, keep walking, because not everyone who escapes truly leaves.